So regular viewers of our channel will know that we recently released a video about historical figures buried in Cheyenne, Wyoming. But Sarah and I also had a chance to briefly check out the other aspects of the capital city before heading north on our road trip to South Dakota. It was the weekend, so all I could see of the state capitol was from the outside. Wyoming became a state in 1890, but construction of the capital began prior to statehood. Cheyenne was founded in 1867 in the path of the Transcontinental Railroad when the Union Pacific crews arrived to lay tracks westward. Cheyenne quickly claimed fame to a higher status than other Wyoming settlements, such as those at Fort Laramie, Fort Bridger, and the mining town of South Pass City, changing Cheyenne from a village to a city in just months. The seat of the new territorial government was established in Cheyenne in 1869 and broke ground for the capital in 1886. Right underneath the state capitol dome is this cow. It's a statue in memory of Clifford Hansen, who was U.S. Senator, he was governor, and he was a Wyoming Stock Growers Association president. Put here in 2005. They really take pride in their rodeos up here and their cattle, and that statue right there here on the Capitol grounds kind of gives you an indication of that. If I'm not mistaken, I have a picture of Governor Ross on these steps. Though I'm not sure if these are the right steps. The state capitol underwent a $300 million restoration between 2016 and 2019. Later at dusk, I took Sarah by the north side of the capitol, which looked especially beautiful in the soft lighting. The copper dome is now covered in gold leaf. Wyoming is one of 10 states which have capitol domes gilded in actual gold. The next day, Sarah and I had breakfast at the Omelet House on East 17th Street, which is right next door to the historic mansion once occupied by Francis Warren, former governor and senator who helped pick out the site for the state capitol. We had visited his grave in our prior video. That's the mansion on the right, which once hosted President Theodore Roosevelt and President William Howard Taft. As we passed down the historic I-80 route, Sarah was very interested in checking out some of the murals that decorate the oldest part of Cheyenne. We were only able to see just a few of the artistic talents on display. Sarah's checking out some of the murals here. I think this is on a storage container. Then there's another one over here. What are those, flames?
It kind of looks like it says something, but I can't make it out. I think there's some that way too, and on a building over there, I think over.
We also stopped by the plaza containing the historic Cheyenne Railroad Depot built in 1886 by the Union Pacific Railroad. The depot was strategically placed here within view of the state capitol so that state legislators would be reminded of the importance of the Union Pacific Railroad. A railroad stretching from the eastern half of the United States to California was a concept approved by President Lincoln and Congress in 1862. That railroad would change the course of the nation's future. Instrumental in deciding the route was UP Chief Engineer Granville M. Dodge, who felt the future townsite of Cheyenne would make a great place for one of the most important railroad cities in North America. Because he surveyed the townsite itself, he named many of the streets for railroad and Army officials from the Civil War. And in case you didn't know it, when the last spike of the Transcontinental Railroad was driven into place in Promontory Point, Utah on May 10th, 1869, this iconic photo was taken, and it shows Grenville Dodge in direct center extending his hand to Central Pacific Railroad's chief engineer, Samuel S. Montague. To make the Cheyenne Depot stand out, the Union Pacific turned to architect Henry Van Brent, known for his institutional buildings designed in the Richardsonian Romanesque style, which was popular during the late 19th century. The red sandstone that was used in the building was quarried and hauled in from Fort Collins, Colorado. The depot was renovated through the years and is the last remaining depot along the famous Transcontinental Railroad route. The plaza is adorned with a lot of artwork, such as this 2011 bronze statue titled A New Beginning, which symbolized women settling in the West, and Wyoming being the first state to grant voting rights to women. What'd you find there?
What did I found?
Yeah.
What did I found? What did I find?
Yeah.
A boot.
A boot.
With all of the governors of Wyoming and their signatures. Well, not their actual.
Obviously, yeah. A big boot. Government always gives us a boot. We hope that you enjoyed this History Hunters Extra, and we hope that you do us a favor by leaving us a comment and hitting the like button. We're off to another adventure in search of history.